After the botched Obamacare rollout, at least its website and many more areas, new concerns now over implementing the federal health care marketplace. The Obama administration is reportedly planning to create a new federal unit dedicated to big technology projects to avoid any more potential glitches and errors in the years ahead. Molly Henneberg is live with the latest on this from Washington. Molly?
Hi, Harris. Yes, a new federal unit or agency that would be focused on launching and updating websites and other tech projects that are used by the public. The Wall Street Journal reports that this is in response to the disastrous Obamacare rollout at a time when President Obama is trying to convince Americans that the government can run health care and other big programs, and that technology can be used to make health care more efficient and cheaper. But not everyone believes that a federal technology agency is the way to go.
I'm not one who thinks that, the way to fix a bureaucratic failure is to add more bureaucracy. It seems like you could just hire people that knew what they were doing to begin with in the relevant roles.
But that's part of the president's problem. The government is having difficulty attracting the best and brightest in the tech sector, and therefore may be falling behind in what it can do technologically. One former White House Innovation Fellow told the Wall Street Journal, quote, "We don't have enough people inside of government to make good, sound technology decisions. This gap between the public sector and private sector has really affected their knowledge." The Obama administration apparently is considering other tech fixes as well, including having government tech specialists rotate through private sector companies. Also, streamlining the federal hiring process so that it doesn't take months and months to fill one job, because that's time that allows the private companies to snap up the best candidates. Harris?
Well, I wasn't aware that the slowdowns in government were only in the tech division. From what I hear, a lot of it's running slowly. Molly Henneberg, thank you very much. Let's bring in now John McCormick, a staff writer for the Weekly Standard, for more on this. John, you heard my take on it, at least. Government doesn't always run as quickly as it would like to. So the White House doing this, is it crafting another layer of bureaucracy just to deal with technology?
That may be the case. They had 3 years and hundreds of millions of dollars to build a website. And it may have been a complicated website, but even by government standards, that should have been enough time and enough money to actually get something functioning. The government's been able to build other websites for Social Security, the Medicare prescription drug program. They've had some glitches, but nothing like the catastrophic failure we've seen with healthcare.gov. So there obviously could be problems in government. It remains to be seen whether having one central agency overseeing all the tech projects will help streamline things or actually make it more difficult. But the Obama administration is definitely looking for problems, a place to cast blame, and this is what they've come up with so far.
You bring up kind of the political side of all of this, the casting blame, in your last comment. And I would ask, why would you handle it this way? Because you could just deal with the website.
Yeah, I mean, it speaks to the continued problems. They said they'd have an Amazon-like experience, that people could go online and just, with a click of a button in a few minutes, pick their own health insurance plan. Right now they're even saying that the website's not even working to the extent that you can't add a baby. If you have a child, you have to go through some bureaucratic process, call up the insurance company. And I mean, if Amazon worked like that, no one would use it. The only reason people are using healthcare.gov is because they're getting hundreds of millions of dollars in subsidies, and the government will fine you if you don't use that. And some people have lost their plans, and that's the only place they have to go.
It's interesting because what you're talking about with adding children is a life change, right? Those monumental life changes that the government likes to keep up with anyway. And in fact, if you didn't declare those life changes before December 31st, like you had a baby, you got a promotion, you got married, whatever, they can penalize you for that. And now it's hard to add a baby on your plan. It doesn't make sense.
No, definitely not. I mean, these are important things in terms of calculating how much your subsidies will be, and if you end up taking too much, like you said, they can penalize you at the end of the tax year. So people have just been having a really big problem with this website continually.
I don't want to belittle it, but it seems like small potatoes almost when you compare it to this headline. The Affordable Care Act / Obamacare could actually end up opening the door for more people to go to the emergency room, which is an expense that we were told Obamacare would kind of deal with and make go away. This from a new Wall Street Journal investigation. What's happening with this?
Well, this is a huge issue. President Obama in 2009, when he was selling the health care law, he said that Americans were paying a hidden $1,000 tax on care for the uninsured and unnecessary emergency room visits. Now what we've seen in the study out of Oregon, where there was a randomized study, it turns out that people
I'm going to have to step in, and I hate to do this. Please stay tight. We'll be right back in about 10 seconds. I apologize.